Have you ever wondered how they make liquid soap? Well, look no further because in this video, I will be teaching you guys how to make liquid soap. Hey lovers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And if this is your first time here, make sure you are subscribed. My name is Love John and I make videos on everything that will build you up. And that is what my channel is all about. So if this is something that you are interested in, make sure you use the subscribe button by being a part of the Lovers family, and also turn on the notification bell beside the subscribe button so that you get notified every single time I post my new videos. You are welcome. Here are the chemicals that we will be needing, and I have made a list of it. But before I get into today's tutorial, permit me to shout out to the person that taught me how to make this liquid soap. Her name is Tiffany Pell. She is a very great tutor. I mean, I learned a lot of things from her. I learned how to bake cake because during my NYC, I signed up for the Sahid class, and she's just a great teacher. Aside from cake baking and decorating, she has other classes that she offers. She has desserts, small chops, pastries, and convenient foods, indigenous soup with accompaniment, bread making, cocktails, mocktails, fruit art, healthy drinks. I mean, she has a lot of lessons, trust me. So you can just chat her up if you're interested in being one of her students, and trust me, she is very friendly, and then she will teach you the right way. So with that being said, let's just get straight into today's tutorial. We will be needing a nose mask, and that is to stop us from inhaling chemicals. Then we would also need a glove, and that is to protect our skin. And then we will need a long wooden stick, more like a jollof rice kind of one, the one they use for party, and that's what we use to mix the chemicals well. And then we will need the dispensing containers to keep our liquid soap when we are done. The first thing that we are going to do is to actually soak our caustic soda in 1 liter of water a day before, and then we'll also soak our soda ash and STPP a day before, also in 3 liters of water. And then the following day, this is how it will look like. Now we can go ahead to soak our SLS an hour before use in 2 liters of water. And one thing about SLS is that it is easy for us to actually know it because it looks more like rice, but it is not eatable, okay? I went ahead to transfer the soaked SLS into another container so that it will have more space for the penetration of water. It's 1 hour later, and this is where the manipulation begins. For me, I am making 25 liters of liquid soap, and so I am pouring 10 liters of water into my nitrosol. So this is where you begin to calculate how many liters you want to make, and whatever liters you want to make, just go ahead and turn it into your nitrosol, because it is in this bowl of nitrosol that you start pouring the other chemicals. So make sure you are very careful about the liters of liquid soap that you want to achieve. If not, at the end of the day, your liquid soap will be so watery. When we are done mixing and we are sure that the nitrosol has mixed very well with the water, we'll go ahead and pour our soaked caustic soda into it. Now that we are done with that, we will take our Texapon and sulfonic acid, and then we will pour it in an empty bucket and mix it very well. You may be wondering how I know which chemical is which chemicals. Don't worry, I also don't know, but this is what I do. Anytime I go buy my chemicals, I always tell them to label it. So that is the trick. Make sure you tell them to label it. And if you look at the containers, you will realize that the names are on each containers. And so this is where this is how that I can figure out which chemical is which. The only chemical I actually kind of know there is SLS. Make sure you mix this chemical very well. Scrape around the container and mix it very well, because we are still going to be adding water little by little to it. Now, this is why I said you have to be very careful about the amount of water you are pouring into the chemicals, because the total amount of water has to be the total amount of liquid soap you are trying to achieve. And like I said earlier, I am trying to achieve 25 liters of liquid soap, and that is why I told you guys where you will start manipulating your remaining liter of water from. If you are finding it difficult to actually get the right amount of water measurement, what I do is that I use this particular bucket that I have in my bathroom. And yes, I am doing this in my bathroom. It is more easy for me to clean up when I am done. That is why I do it in my bathroom. So what I do is, this particular bucket has like a markings of measurement from like 1 liter to 15 liters. So that is what I use to measure the amount of water that I want to use. So get a bucket like that, or you can look for a container that you're no longer using that is in 1 liter. That container can also serve as a measuring aid. Now that I'm sure that the chemicals are well mixed, I will go ahead and pour it in my container containing the nitrosol. You guys remember that I said that is where we will be pouring all of the chemicals now. Go ahead and mix the chemicals together, guys. You have to be ready to mix, because this liquid soap is all about mixing and mixing really good. Remember the soaked SLS, it is time for us to pour it into the container containing the nitrosol as well. So when you finish pouring it, you make sure you mix it very well as well. Now we can also go ahead and pour in the soda ash and STPP that we soaked a day before into the same bowl of nitrosol, and also mix very well, guys. It is time for us to add our perfume, but we have to prep it up. So I'll be adding little water into the bowl, and then I will shake it very well, and when I am done, I will just pour it into the container and mix. For the perfume, you can decide to just use one or mix 2 or more. For me, I mixed strawberry and lavender in this one, and I love the smell. This is from Marlene, and it is time for us to add it as well, and I'll be adding the foam booster and glycerin too. One thing about foam booster is you can decide to buy a double portion so that it will foam very well. For me, I'll just choose 1 portion, and that is because my soap is already foaming enough. Now that I'm done adding those chemicals, I will just go ahead and mix them very well. It is time for us to add our color, and for me, I opted for pink. We would first place it in a bowl, and then we'll add water little by little to it, and then we'll mix it very well. Once we have achieved our required look, then we would go ahead and pour it into the container that is containing nitrosol. Make sure you mix it very well, because this is the last time that we will be mixing. Also, I want to point out that I just decided to use pink. You can decide to use any color. There is green, so use the color of your choice. Now that we are done, we will just allow it to settle. As you can see, it is foamy, and we cannot use our liquid soap like that. So what we will do is we will allow it to settle, and when it settles, this is how it will look like. Our liquid soap is ready. Yeah. We can just go ahead and pour it into our dispensing container. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. I know you learned something new, and also share. Do not keep knowledge to yourself, and of course subscribe if you are not yet a subscriber. I'll see you in my next video. I love you guys. Bye.